Hey guys, Jordan here. I'm here today with Chris from Digital Boss. You would recognise Chris's face before from my previous day in a live video, and today we're going to be talking about how to maximise your clients' Instagram pages. But first things first, before we do, like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell on, and let's get started with this video. Okay, so first of all, for those of you that have not met Chris before, Chris was on one of my previous videos, but I'm going to let Chris introduce himself so you guys know what it is, who he is, and what he does.
Hello to all of you Jordan Platten subs. Thank you for watching our ugly mugs perform. Yeah, my name is Chris Reeve. I work for a local marketing agency in Norwich, Norfolk called Digital Boss, and we specialise in running social media channels, etc., and growing profiles and brands.
Yeah, fantastic. And the reason I wanted to get you on today, Chris, because well, Chris is shit hot at Instagram.
Hey.
No other way to say it. He really knows his stuff, and especially when it comes to Instagram content as well. And I know that a lot of you guys watching this will have clients where you manage their Instagram pages as well, and people can usually get confused about what kind of content works on Instagram and how you can actually grow an Instagram page. It's not as simple, anyone will say, as just throwing a couple of hashtags on a picture and hoping that they're going to perform well. So Chris, what would you say is the best kind of content which works well on Instagram to captivate an audience?
So first of all, I think I was talking to Jordan off camera about this, but before we started actually, is that you can get hung up on creating this perfect thing that, to break the news to you, it doesn't exist. There isn't a perfect piece of content for anyone or anything, in my opinion. I think the main thing that you've got to do, it's all relevant depending on the business, whether you're running a personal profile, it varies massively. If you're talking about business posts, the thing is that you've got to make it engaging, and your perception of engaging is all a matter of opinion. But in my opinion, if I'm selling an accountancy service, I'm probably not talking about the facts, the figures, the stats, the spreadsheets.
Yeah.
I'm actually talking about, my name's Steve and I've been out today with this client and I'm talking about this. But one of the things that people forget is that ultimately no one cares about you, it's what you give them. Yeah. So whether it be what you're writing your caption, or the picture, or the hashtag, or the geo, or the content itself, the overall theme, the overall strategy, it isn't about you, so stop making it about you.
Yeah.
It's all about the person reading it. When I'm posting on Instagram, all I'm thinking about, whether it's for my own personal profile or for a business account that we run, it's what is the person that's reading this post going to benefit from it?
Yeah.
Are they going to be inspired? I mean, my favourite word is that at the moment I've completely made it up. It's marketing spiel. It's called edutain people. Edutaining is obviously educating or entertaining. So if you are doing those two things, your Instagram content will improve, you will grow it. And the main thing is that you've just got to remember to be patient as well. A lot of people expect to hit things off straight away. I mean, I've been on Instagram for at least 2 or 3 years now, minimum, and it's only taken me until now to be almost at 10,000 followers, but more importantly, engaging people and getting DMs, asking, people are asking me, Chris, how do you do, by the way, as if that boat's driving past at this very point. Oh, no. How lovely is that?
That's good.
Welcome to Norfolk. Yeah, but I hope does that answer the question?
Yeah, no, it does.
We've gone all over the place.
No, we've gone all over the place, but it's good.
Yeah,
it's good. We can bring it back, and I think there's some really juicy snippets of information. I think one thing which I can take from what you're saying, which I'm interested to hear your views on, is whether, let's say I'm working with a restaurant, I've just signed up a new restaurant client, how would you feel about mixing personal content with business content? Because I often see, I used to have a client who used to like kind of dipping their own toes into the Instagram page as well. So they were paying me to run it, but they wanted to post their own pictures, and sometimes they'd post a picture walking the dog. Apologies, by the way, it is a little bit loud. This microphone should be working well for us, but we are on a busy road, so apologies if you get a bit of background noise. But yeah, so this client, she was like posting a picture of her dog, walking her dog, and then next day she'd be posting a really nice picture of a good bit of steak. What is your views on mixing the two? Do you think it's important to keep it strictly business? And if you are working with a client, do you think it's important to enforce that rule as well?
So if you're working on a personal branding account, my my go-to is it's okay to mix as long as there's a rough-ish theme. If it's a business account, if it was me, I would personally be putting my personable selfie cam, interviewing a customer thing on stories, and that's how I'd use that feature. And then back to my first point about it's not about you, it's about them. The whole of the feed is the delicious grub that people want to go and see and do and enjoy and eat. That is plan A.
So if it's a restaurant, we're talking sexy burger pictures, we're talking all vegetarians, apology for any of you veggies and vegans out there, some lovely veggie burgers, and that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about walking the dog, so if your business owner, your client is doing that, then ask them to keep that on the personal page. I think that's the conclusion we're coming to on that.
Yeah, and I mean, we're not obviously here to talk about Facebook today, but for me, that's the etiquette of Facebook. I think with Instagram, it is more about the customer, so you need to be aware of the fact that you're getting viewed all of the time.
Yeah, okay. And that's a little bit of content stuff out of the way. I mean, we can talk about this stuff for hours, but what you really specialise in is Instagram growth. So Chris, in this company, Digital Boss, they have a really bespoke Instagram growth service, and it works really, really well. I know people who are using it, and they're getting great growth. So maybe away from the kind of actual software side of things and away from actually using autonomous Instagram software, what do you think is the best way for someone to organically grow their Instagram page?
Spend time every single day dedicating yourself to A, posting a picture on your feed, B, uploading to your story. I've just seen one of my friends walk past. And where was I? So yeah, story every day, feed every day. But the third and arguably the most important is engage people. Don't just publish content. There's this thing in marketing called chucking and running, right? Everyone's guilty of it. You push your content and you go, well, there you go, I've ticked off social media today. That's rubbish. Do not do that. What you need to be doing as well is commenting on as many people's pictures as possible that's relevant to your target market and saying, you know, something as simple as cool post, or even just leaving an emoji or something like that.
Yeah, no, I can completely agree. And even on when you're working with clients, for instance, I've got a new client, one of my new clients at the moment. What's really frustrating is that they're really good at replying to everyone in Messenger, so they think, oh, when people send me a private message, that's how I can convert people into paying customers, but they forget about the people who just comment on their pictures themselves, and forget that each and every one of them people that comment need a response as well, and I think it's really valuable to respond to all comments on all of the pictures.
I mean, the thing with Instagram as well as in terms of responding is you need to be absolutely on it. So say for example, you say to yourself, every night when I get home from work, because I assume everyone watching here has got a 9-to-5 job as well as a side hustle, if you haven't, create one. If you go at 7 o'clock to publish, at 7:30, you need to be back on your phone again, and you need to be following up all of the comments. And guess what, guys? The bot comments as well, they're great. Embrace them, because it all helps towards your engagement, and it really helps keep your post at the top of the feed. It helps with the algorithm. If you don't want to respond, if you can't be bothered to respond to someone with something valuable, just comment with a simple thumbs up emoji or something like that. There's no excuse. But basically, the quicker you respond to people, the better the post is, 100%. And I would say that is the single biggest reason why my engagement has gone up. On my personal profile, I'm currently averaging between 200 and 300 likes, but the reason why is that I'm responding to all comments within 30 minutes tops.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a really, really important thing, is that in sales in general, not just on Instagram but on Facebook, on any platform that you're advertising on, I think that's a really important note, is response rate is so important. If you're responding to someone like 12, 24, 48 hours after they've actually messaged you, chances are they've probably already gone to a competitor and they're not interested in the service that you're providing anymore. Whereas if you jump on them, the amount of times, I cannot even say it, how many times I've made course sales alone just from someone messaging me saying, hey, I'm interested in your course, and I've responded within half an hour. And that is so important. One of the best things that you can do.
And in terms of we probably need to bring this up as well, is consistency. Now, a lot of you, if you haven't started growing a channel on Instagram properly, be that for a business or a personal profile, one of the things that you definitely need to do is post consistently. So what I mean by that is 3-4 times a week minimum. I think the optimum is actually 2, 3, 4 times a day. But 3-4 posts a week minimum, just being realistic, because I know that we're all busy people here. If you can commit to that, you'll be fine. Don't get yourself hung up on a fancy-pantsy, artsy looking feed.
Yeah.
I'm all over the shop. I do a bit of football media work, I do a bit of digital marketing work, I'm meeting up with my mates as well. But I'm just posting content and I'm growing it that way. So I'm a living, standing testimonial to the fact that you don't need a theme to grow, but you do need to consistently post. If someone comes on your feed, Jordan, and they posted a week ago, are you going to think they're on it?
No, of course you're not.
Especially in digital marketing.
No.
If you guys are in digital marketing and you're not and your last post was a week ago, in my opinion, you've already lost.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. And it's the same again with YouTube. When people are posting videos, when you search in social media marketing on YouTube, you find one of my videos, you compare me to my competitors, you see that I'm posting very regularly, so you're more likely to click on my accounts than you are someone else's. And it's the same again with Instagram. And I'll tell you what, let's round this up now, because I can see the time there. We're coming up to just over 10 minutes. I think that we've chucked loads of information on there. We've gone off on a tangent, but there's loads of juicy information on there for you to get value from. But I think a couple of highlights to remember from today is to make sure that all of your clients' business profiles are business related. If it's personal branding, you can have some personal stuff in there, but restaurants, things like that, they just want sexy food pictures. Make sure you engage with all of your followers and make sure that you are responding at a very quick rate. I think that's
and consistency.
Consistency, there we go. All right then guys, well I'm actually probably going to get Chris on the future videos at some point along the line, but I hope you got value from this video. If you did love it, then share it with someone else who will get value from it as well, and as usual, like, comment, subscribe and turn that notification bell on, and we'll be back again on Monday. See you guys.
Cheers.